Hi and welcome to week 3 of your summer Pilates exercises. Today we're going to be mostly on our fronts and doing some work on the muscles on our backs, so enjoy. Feel free to do, as part of your warm-up, some heel raises and maybe some roll downs as well, so spend a couple of minutes just warming your spine up a little bit. But for now we're going to get our shoulder blades all warmed up and we're going to do our dumb waiter exercise. You're going to place your palms up, facing the ceiling, and we're gently going to rotate the arms out and back in again. And we're just squeezing those shoulder blades together as we rotate the hands outwards and back in. So squeezing the shoulder blades and just keeping up nice and tall. Just remembering not to be too slumped. Nice and tall. Helium balloon pulling you up towards the ceiling. Good. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Lovely. Good. And you should come onto all fours now. And we're going to do our lovely exercise of getting everything moving when we're threading the needle. So we're going to pop in our right arm through and underneath and just having a nice stretch. And then coming back the other way and posting the left arm through and having a good stretch. Good, holding there for a few seconds. Pushing through. Just getting a nice rotation of your spine. Good. And all the way through. Lovely. Right, should we be ready for our exercises now? So we're going to get ourselves down to our fronts. Okay, arms are relaxed in front of us to start with, and we're using our legs to begin with. So when you're on your fronts, just remembering that your stomach isn't completely flat on the floor. What I want you to think about is just popping a couple of blueberries underneath your pelvic bones, underneath your hip bones, and just gently tucking your tailbone under. So just bringing your belly button away from the floor. Resting the forehead down, and what you're going to be doing is straightening the left leg. Imagine a piece of string is pulling your toes towards the wall behind you, and you're lifting the leg and then relaxing it down. So elongating and lifting at the same time. Good. And you're going to be breathing out to lift, in to lower. I want you to keep your foreheads and your eyes facing down towards the mat. I'm just facing this way just so that you can hear me properly. Good. Keeping those belly buttons gently pulled in, just making sure your blueberries are sitting nice and safely underneath those hip bones, not getting squashed and turned into smoothies. Good. Excellent. Now facing forwards with your arms outstretched. Same exercise, but you're going to be doing it with your arms instead. So fingertips are reaching towards the wall in front of you. And breathing out. Good. And repeat. So reaching those arms out in front of you. Fingertips towards the wall. Good. This is our swimming exercise. And now we can combine the legs and the arms. So we're going to start with the left arm and the right leg. And they're going to lift together. And then you're going to swap sides. Right arm, left leg, lifting together. Good. And swapping over. Breathing out as you lift and in as you lower. Just making sure you're putting those belly buttons in gently and not letting those blueberries get squashed. Good. Excellent. Last one. Okay, before we come up onto our hands and knees, we're going to do our exercise that involves our hands down by our sides. This is our breaststroke exercise. So faces are down towards the mat. Okay, head resting on a block if you need to, so feel free to pop a block underneath your forehead. Fingertips are facing your legs, and the fingertips are reaching towards the wall behind you and drawing down your legs. At the same time, shoulder blades are sliding down your rib cage. So squeeze and slide the shoulder blades as you pull the fingertips down towards the wall behind you. So we're breathing out and breathing in. Now some of you might automatically pop up with your shoulders and your head into level 2, or some of you might still be on level 1 and keeping the forehead on the floor. Whichever you do to begin with is absolutely fine. Wherever you're up to with your classes is absolutely fine. So drawing the shoulder blades down, fingertips down, and eyes stay pointed towards the floor. Breathing out to draw up, in to come back down. Really important, if you are lifting up your shoulders and your breastbone and your forehead up off the floor, you shouldn't be arching your back and looking to lift up like this. Okay, so you shouldn't be arching in your lower back here. Everything you feel should be up through your top of your back. So as you're lifting, we're elongating and staying nice and long, and then coming back down again. So breathing out, don't forget those belly buttons should be gently pulled in at the same time, and down. We can come up into this position, and we can bring our hands to here, so 90 degrees to our shoulders and our elbows. Exactly the same, but we're going to be lifting the arms as well, so we've got the weight of the arms to lift. So we're going to be belly buttons pulled in, breath in to prepare, and breathing out. And in, and out. Staying nice and long, coming down. Breathing out as you come up. And really feeling everything in the upper part of your back, nothing in your lower back. Good. So not lifting up too high. Lovely. Good. Now with all these exercises, feel free to do some more repetitions. Pause the video if you need to. Good. We can now move on to our full breaststroke. So from this position, we're going to come forwards and round with our arms. Okay. So we're going to come up, reach forwards and round, and back to the middle again. And belly buttons are just gently pulled in as you breathe out. Arms are coming round. Good. And repeat. Keep those belly buttons gently pulled in. Make sure you're not arching your back. Reaching forwards and round. Breathing out. Good. Top of your back, we're starting to feel it now. Doing a lot of work. Good. And again, feel free to carry that one on. We're going to move on to our next exercise, which is up on our hands and knees. So, knees should be hip width apart, and knees should be underneath your hips, and hands underneath your shoulders. And you want your back to be nice and neutral, so it shouldn't be dipped, and it shouldn't be arching like a cat, just coming into a nice neutral position. Okay, we're going to start off with our legs, and we're going to our breaststroke here. Swimming exercise here, with each leg coming out. Eyes just stay facing downwards. And breathing out as we lift. Making sure that we don't lift the leg too far, that we start arching our backs, staying nice and long. Good. Feel free to carry that one on, but we're going to move on to arms. So we're going to stretch the arms out. Good. Lovely. So breathing out. Okay, and then we're going to combine the two. So again, feel free to do some more of just your arms, but let's combine the two. And being really careful not to overarch and lift up, and not tilt our pelvis is too much. We want to try and keep the hips nice and stable, nice and steady. Belly buttons just gently pulled in. Good. One more each side. Lovely. Okay, so again, feel free to carry that one on. We're going to move on to our last exercise. So with all of these, carry on doing some more repetitions or combine it with one of our other videos. You'll get an even longer workout. So from here, we're going to go into our leg pull exercise. So tuck the toes under this time, and we're going to be lifting the knees, holding and relaxing. Everyone's favourite exercise. Lifting up. Good. Just a couple of centimetres off the ground with the knees, not too high. Belly buttons just gently pulled in. Good. For those of you that are ready, you can go into your second position where you come up and shoot forwards and hold there. And again, making sure that your back isn't dipping or that your bottom's not too high. So you're nice and even. Coming back down again. Good. And coming up and shooting forwards. Coming back and coming back down again. Lovely. We can go on to our next part of this exercise where we bring our forearms down to here. So we're still on our knees. All right, we can hold this position. We can take our knees a little bit further back. Okay, and we can hold this plank position. Again, making sure we're not dipping too low. Bottoms aren't sticking too high. But we get to hold in a nice position where it feels just a little bit uncomfortable. Those of you that want to go into a full plank, then obviously that's absolutely fine. So coming up into this position here. And those of you who want to stay on your knees, that's also okay. All right, so holding and repeating as much as you want to. But all of those exercises, you can do more repetitions. So we're going to go into our cool down now. So we're going to go into our child's pose position here. Stretching out across our backs. Good. And then we'll go into our cat stretch. So just dipping and lifting. And dipping. And lifting. Good. Back to threading the needle. So just posting through. Good. Lovely. And then back to our dumb weight to end with. So, elbows at your sides and just squeezing those shoulder blades together and back again. And just cooling down the shoulder blades after a good workout. Now obviously it's a little bit of a shorter video this time, not as complex with the exercises, but lots and lots of levels that you can go through. So feel free to do lots of repetitions of each of those levels that I went through. Lovely. And again, just combine it with some of our other videos to make your workout even longer. Enjoy.